Never wondered how to make the perfect Indian pakodas at home? Welcome to the fascinating world of Indian cuisine, where we're about to embark on a culinary journey to discover the secrets of a beloved Indian snack, the pakoda. Originating from the vibrant subcontinent of India, these delightful fritters have a history as rich and diverse as their flavor profile. With their roots in ancient Indian culture, pakodas have made their way into the hearts and plates of food lovers worldwide. From the bustling streets of Delhi to the serene backwaters of Kerala, every corner of India has its unique take on this versatile snack, be it the crispy onion pakodas of the north or the tangy spinach ones from the south. Today we're going to unravel the magic behind creating the perfect pakodas, a recipe that has been passed down through generations. Ready to dive into the world of Indian street food and learn how to make this savory snack? Stick around. Scene script. First things first, gather all the ingredients. Let's talk about the star of the show, gram flour, also known as besan. This is the base for our pakodas. Its raw, nutty taste transforms into a rich, savory flavor when fried. It's what gives pakodas their characteristic golden hue and crispiness. Next up, we have our veggies, onions, potatoes, and spinach. The onions, sliced thinly, provide a sweet and slightly pungent flavor. When fried, they become beautifully caramelized, adding a layer of complexity to our pakodas. Potatoes, on the other hand, bring in a soft, starchy texture that contrasts wonderfully with the crisp outer layer. And let's not forget about spinach. These leafy greens wilt down during frying, adding a slight bitterness that cuts through the richness of the other ingredients. Now, what's an Indian dish without a little heat? That's where our green chilies come in. Depending on your preference, you can adjust the quantity. But remember, a little kick of heat can make all the difference. To add freshness and a pop of color, we have coriander. Its citrusy and somewhat peppery flavor will beautifully balance out the other flavors. No pakoda would be complete without spices. A combination of turmeric, red chili powder, cumin, and coriander powder will be used. Turmeric gives a beautiful yellow color and earthy flavor. Red chili powder adds heat, while cumin provides a warm, aromatic, and slightly bitter edge. Coriander powder, with its sweet and floral notes, ties all these flavors together. Lastly, we need oil for frying. A neutral oil like canola or sunflower is perfect, as it won't overpower the flavors of the pakodas. With these ingredients in hand, you are all set to make some delicious pakodas. The secret to crispy pakodas lies in the batter. Our journey to delicious and crispy pakodas continues with the batter. This mixture is the heart of our dish, responsible for the delightful crunch and the burst of flavors that make pakodas an irresistible snack. Let's start with the main ingredient, gram flour or besan. This yellowish flour has a slightly earthy flavor and acts as the base for our batter. Take about 1.5 cups of besan and put it in a large bowl. Next, it's time to let the spices take center stage. We're going to mix in some salt to taste, a pinch of asafoetida for that deep umami flavor, half a teaspoon of red chili powder for a bit of heat, and a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric for a hint of color and its subtle, warm flavor. If you're feeling adventurous, try adding a dash of garam masala or chaat masala for an extra kick. Mix these dry ingredients until they're well combined. The key is to ensure that every bit of besan gets acquainted with the spices. This way, each pakoda will have a consistent flavor throughout. Now it's time to add water. This step is crucial. Add water gradually, bit by bit, while continuously stirring the mixture. The idea is to form a thick batter, one that is neither too runny nor too stiff. It should be just right to coat the vegetables evenly, but not drown them. Once you're satisfied with the consistency of the batter, it's time to introduce it to the star performers of our dish, the vegetables. You can choose from a variety of options, such as thinly sliced onions, chopped spinach, diced potatoes, or even shredded cabbage. Make sure they're well incorporated into the batter, ensuring each piece is generously coated. And there you have it, a perfectly mixed pakoda batter, ready to be fried. From here, we're just a few steps away from enjoying hot, crispy, and utterly delicious pakodas. But more on that in our next scene. Stay tuned! Now comes the exciting part, frying the pakodas. Let's get started. You'll need a frying pan, preferably a kadai if you have one. Pour in enough oil to deep fry the pakodas. It's important to choose an oil with a high smoke point, like canola or vegetable oil, to ensure your pakodas don't burn. Place the kadai on medium heat. The key to perfect pakodas is getting the oil temperature just right. If it's too hot, the pakodas will burn, too cold, and they'll soak up too much oil. A good way to test the heat is to drop a tiny bit of batter into the oil. If it sizzles and floats to the top immediately, the oil is ready. Once the oil is hot enough, carefully drop spoonfuls of the prepared batter into the oil. Be mindful not to overcrowd the pan. Overcrowding can lower the oil's temperature, leading to soggy pakodas. Let the pakodas fry undisturbed for a minute or so until they start to turn golden at the edges. This is your cue to gently flip them over. Continue to fry until they are evenly golden brown on all sides. It's a sight to behold as they puff up, turning from pale yellow to a beautiful golden hue. Remember, patience is the key here. Don't be tempted to crank up the heat to speed up the process. The slower they fry, the crispier and more well-cooked your pakodas will be. Once the pakodas are perfectly golden, use a slotted spoon to lift them out of the oil. This allows any excess oil to drain back into the pan. Transfer the pakodas onto a plate lined with paper towels to soak up any remaining oil. Repeat the process with the remaining batter. And remember, practice makes perfect. The more you make them, the better you'll get at judging the right temperature and the perfect frying time. Voila! You have now made crispy, golden brown pakodas. Savor the sight of your handiwork before we move on to the final step, serving these deliciously crispy, wonderfully spicy Indian delights. The best way to enjoy pakodas is fresh off the stove. The warmth of the pakodas, the crackle of the coating, and the softness of the filling make them an irresistible delight. To elevate the experience, serve these delicious morsels with a side of zingy mint chutney or sweet and tangy tamarind chutney. The freshness of the mint or the tang of the tamarind adds a whole new dimension of flavor that complements the pakodas beautifully. Pair them with a cup of hot tea for a cozy, comforting meal. The warmth of the tea and the crunchiness of the pakodas create a symphony of textures and flavors that is hard to resist. And remember, pakodas aren't just for rainy days. They can be served at parties, get-togethers, or even as an evening snack. You could experiment with different fillings or dips to cater to different tastes and occasions. So there you have it, the perfect Indian pakodas ready to be enjoyed. Let's do a quick recap of the process. We began this culinary journey by introducing you to the mouth-watering world of Indian pakodas. These delightful deep-fried fritters are a staple in Indian cuisine, often enjoyed during monsoon season or as a savory snack at any time of the day. We then moved on to the crucial step of gathering our ingredients. Fresh, quality ingredients are the foundation of any great dish, and pakodas are no exception. We needed chickpea flour, also known as besan, a variety of vegetables like onions, potatoes, and spinach, and a blend of spices like turmeric, red chili powder, and cumin seeds to give our pakodas that distinct, delectable flavor. Next, we prepared the pakoda batter, a simple but essential part of the process. The batter is where the magic happens, as it binds our ingredients together and forms the crispy exterior of our pakodas. We also discussed the importance of consistency in our batter and the balance of spices to ensure every bite is bursting with flavor. Then, we moved on to the exhilarating part, frying the pakodas. We emphasized the importance of maintaining the right temperature while frying. Too hot, and your pakodas can burn. Too cool, and they can become soggy. Getting this step right ensures that your pakodas are golden and crispy on the outside, soft and flavorful on the inside. Finally, we concluded our journey with the serving of the pakodas. Presentation is a key aspect of any dish, and we showed you how to serve these golden beauties with a side of tangy tamarind chutney or cool mint yogurt dip, making it an irresistible treat. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to try making these delicious pakodas at home. Until next time, happy cooking.